In this lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to use 3D titles, which is pretty much 3D text in Filmora. So let's go ahead and get started here. All right. As you can see, I am under titles, so you want to switch over to titles over here. And this might be closed, so you want to open up where it says titles, and you're going to see 3D titles here, okay? So I usually want to filter these by free because there are some paid ones here that are going to be mixed if you have all as a filter, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit free. There's a lot of really good free ones here that you can use. So these are going to have different properties. So I'm going to pick one of these. Let's pick this 3D stone title. Click, drag, and drop this on the timeline. All right, so I'm going to play this. Awesome. So this is what it looks like, okay? Now, to quickly look at how this is constructed or built, you want to go ahead and click where it says advanced. So click on advanced. All right, so you're going to see that on the top here, we have the text itself, right, which is the stone text. And in the beginning here, there's an animation. And I know that because this portion is lighter than the rest of the text here, okay? Now, if I remove this animation, if I went like this, you can see that it's going to go by really fast here. Or I can even go all the way to the beginning here, play that, look at that. You don't really get to see the animation, right? So that is our animation there. On the bottom is going to be a preset video, right? So the video in the background here is just a preset video with these little objects moving around. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make this visible again. All right, so this you can change the text. Let me select the text itself. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to I want to change this to 3D text. Okay. Now, if you play this, you can see that this is going to use your new text, right? 3D text. Now, you can also go to presets here where you're going to be able to find other ways to customize this, right? You can see that this is the one we're using, the template we're using. So I can change it to maybe this one over here by double clicking and give it a second. It's downloading right now. And you can even look at some of these here. There's some really good ones here and a lot of options. All of these are free. You don't have to pay for these. So if I select this, you can see that now we have this one over here. So let me play this. Go ahead and play that. Look at that. Oh, looks great. Okay, you can even select let's do this one, kind of like that, same type of thing. Now if you wanted to delete, let's say you wanted to delete this background here, right? You just wanted the text, you can select the background, you can right click on the background. You don't have to right click, you can select the background and hit the delete button here like that. Now we only have the text, right? So you can hit apply. Now you can add your own background now. So let's go to stock media and let's look for, let's say, just say sky, something like that. Go to videos, get an image. Let's do portrait. Let's grab something that looks like this right here. I'm gonna download, add this in the background. Right, so now you can see that I've added this 3D text on my background here. Okay, go to the beginning, play that. Look at that, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna delete this and I want to show you other different ones. I'm going to go back to titles, go down to titles, go to 3D titles. See that we have so many options here, right? We can do something like, let's pick something very simple here, like this hello 3D white title here, right? Click, drag, and put this on the timeline. I'm going to play that. So what I always like to do with these is I like to go straight to advanced, right? You're going to be able to see how it's made, right? So this one doesn't have a background. It only has that text. See that there's animation in here. You can actually go to animation as well. I know we went to preset before to change this. We are under customize where it shows you the things you can change about this. Now you can go to animation where you can actually change the animation here, right? So there's two parts to this. There's the animation in, which is how it's just kind of like the intro, right? So you can pick the intro. So this is what we're using right now, the 3D fly random. You also have an animation out section, which is the outro. How do you want this to exit? So let's select one of this. Right now, none is selected. We're gonna select, let's do this one here. Double click on it, so you can see it's gonna be applied right here. Okay. If you wanted to change the beginning one, change it to backflip. Right. Now if I play this, look at that. It's gonna backflip as the intro, and it's gonna stay on the screen, and then it's gonna hit our outro, which is the zoom out or zoom away option here. You can obviously adjust the speed of these 3D titles here by just clicking these little brackets and moving them closer to the edge or near the middle. You know, if the more space you have here, the longer it's gonna take to run through the effect. The shorter it is, the faster it's gonna go through the entire effect. Okay, now you can also change the duration of the animation. You know, it makes sense to change it using this. It's a lot easier than trying to type in the time in here. Okay, go ahead and hit OK. Now there's a lot of options here, just like I showed you guys. Now if you go down here, let me go ahead and change my timeline to we're going to change it to classic right here. Also, we're going to change it to organize. Now let's do default. All right. So you can also change, you can scale this up. You can see we have some settings here that you can use, transform settings, right? You can scale it up. That means the size. You can change the position here, right? Change the position. You can also change, kind of like how it's aligned. If you want it to be vertical or horizontal, you can turn it into italic, right? There's a lot of presets that you can use here. This is one of my favorites here. You can just apply that, or you can click this drop down. You're gonna find more presets here, right? Now if we go over to animation here, so that is the same thing, or you can pick the intro and outro animation in and animation out, right? You can go to video here, and you can kind of like adjust the entire thing, right? If it had a background, you'd be adjusting that entire thing. Position, nothing too crazy here, just our regular settings here. Okay, now there are some really cool titles here. Show you some of my favorites that are in here. I like let's see here, where is it at? These are some of the good ones, the ones that have backgrounds on them. These are the ones that I like. So I can remove the background that I have here. I can go down here. At this, I'll show you a little trick here. I'll play this so you guys can see how it looks. Kind of like similar to the one we're looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and go to advanced. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and you can change this to whatever you want. I'll leave it like this. So now you also have the option to add more things here. So you can add another text box. You can add, you've probably learned this from my basic tutorial, my basic course on, the one that's beginner friendly, but you can add objects in here. Okay. You can add images. You can add a bunch of things in here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add. You can add 3D text, right? That's what I want to show you. Before you were only able to add a quick text. Now I'm gonna add 3D text. Now it's gonna just has a custom 3D text here. Let me delete this one here so I can just deal with the one I just added, right? So let's say you have your text here. Let's maybe make it a little smaller. Make it a little smaller. Click on it. Make it a little smaller. I'll change the alignment to center. So I'll click the center. It's just going to align it in the center. Now you can go to presets to find some designs that you like. Let's say I like this design over here, the black and white. Let me go ahead and download that. There are some really good ones here. Let's see here. We do this one as well. Actually, we're just going to go with this one, the black and white here. This looks really cool. All right, now you can go over to customize, go to animation if you want to add animations to this. As you can see, for now we have none selected for animation in, so you can pick whatever you want here. So you can see it's going to apply itself over here. For the outro, you can pick whatever you want over here. There you go. You've added an intro and an outro here for your, if you want to do that. Okay, now you go back to presets. I recommend saving favorites here. So if you like this one, just click the little star right here. It's going to add that to your favorites. Okay. Now, what you can also do is if you like this, if you create a really cool 3D template here, you want to use this for other videos, you can save as a custom, right? Save as custom. You can save it as a preset that you can access later. Okay. So you've saved that as a custom template, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and hit apply so I can have my text on here. Now, where do you find this? Now, if you go back to, let's say you're over here, you go to titles, you go under titles. Let me close all these here. So you want to go under mine, and you want to go where it says custom. This is where you're going to find all your custom, custom text that you say you save. So I just saved this one, right? So this is my custom one. So I can, if I didn't have it on the timeline, I can simply just click drag and drop it on the timeline. That's how easy it's going to be for me to have this custom text and to apply it to other different videos. Yeah, so that is pretty much it when it comes to 3D text here. But another quick thing I want to show you is going to be if you go up to titles up here, right? I just selected this. Titles, it shows you what's in this right here. So we have the video, right? This is constructed with the video in the background as well as the text, right? So if I go to advanced, you can see that there is a video in the background here. Okay, so that's what's over here. So however many objects are in here, you're gonna see them listed down here, and you can easily delete them by clicking this delete button here. So if I hit this, it's gonna delete the background. I'll do Control Z to bring it back. Yeah, so you can go to animation, quick way to access the animation here is going to be right here by just switching here. Go to video to customize the entire video, right? Zoom in or zoom out. This is going to affect the entire video, not just the text. Okay, just a couple of pointers here that you can use when you start editing with this using 3D text. But that is pretty much it. This is the last lesson of this advanced course. It didn't take too long. I just wanted to cover some of the most important new updates in Filmora 12, which are very advanced, which you can use to make your video editing process a lot better. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you go ahead and go practice these things. But once you're done with the course, make sure to give a rating, leave a review so I can improve future courses. But I thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck.